Yes, welcome to the Triple B Show. What's up? What's up? I hope y'all all right. If anybody was unfortunate enough to watch the Sam Stroller show last night, no, I mean Ben Shalom show last night, you would have seen some of the worst in boxing. It was pathetic, man. It was pathetic. It was truly tragic. Fraser Clark, boxing. What's his name? Madis Vach. But nothing's happening, man. Nothing's happening. You know, I didn't see Watch ever try and win the fight. You know, at no point was he trying to win the fight, man. Anyway, let's get some. I've got I got one fan watching. Oh, four fans. Let's get some questions, man. My boy Martin Smith in the house says, first, you are first, brother. Good to see you. Ask me a question about boxing. Um, Ask me a question about boxing. I just got a notification that uh, uh, Nordic Warrior just gone live, and usually I would not want to clash with him at all, but I don't want to let me fans down either. So yeah, sorry, Nordic. Uh, what's going on, man? This is not spliff. This is not spliff. It's just a cigarette. I haven't had a spliff for a bit. I don't agree with it unless you're strong enough to maybe, every so often have a little bit of a blaze, but don't do it all the time, man. But this is a cigarette. Don't smoke either. Smoking's whack. Can someone give a question, blood? I'm running out of content. But yeah, yesterday the show was awful. Caroline Dubum, yeah, David Dubum's sister. And out of all the boxers, she probably has the most power. Female boxers, I'm talking about. She has the most power. She has some skills, but she was still pathetic, whack. Ah, Martin Smith, drinking, smoking. Have you got any vices? I don't agree with the vices, and I go clean often, right? I do nothing. No smoking, no greens, no yayo, no alcohol. But at the moment, man, I'm going through a phase, man. Ah, my boy Ishmael Ahmed. What's up, brother? I hope you're well, my man. Ishmael, thoughts on Fatty Clark? I'm very disappointed with Clark, right? Firstly, bullying Prince Patel, who's 120 pounds, is not a good look. You know, Clark weighs like 270, right? Um, and also, like Clark's 33, and he ducked out of fighting Fabio Wardi. Fabio Wardi's background, see, Fraser Clark's background is a big one in the amateurs and in the World Series of Boxing, the WSB, and yet he's too scared to face what's his name? What's the other guy? Fabio Wardley, right? Who started off in white collar boxing. I mean, that's got to tell you something, man. You got to get a move on, man. Martin Smith says Schlong we bankrupt within 2 years. Maybe not with the backing of Sky Sports, because the guy that took over Sky Sports is called I don't know, man, but he is a friend of Shalom's, and he's promised to push diversity into sports and boxing. You know, so I think he's been backed by him. Michael M in the house. Chibby, what do you think about John Fury says he will smack Eddie Hearn? Did he say that? I mean, you can't take John Fury seriously. He's a bum. Yeah, he claims to have had 100 100 fights unbeaten as what's called bare knuckle, and the record is only one fight when he pulled the guy's eye out, which is disgusting behavior. He cried in the docks. I mean, John Fury is a fucking idiot, man. That's all I gotta say, man. Scotty goes, big up, broski. Yes, brother, big up to you as well. It's great to see you, bro. You know, I love me funds. Lee Longwet. That hat is a bit fruity. Do you think so? I think it looks like M. Bison. Do you remember Street Fighter 2? I mean, there's never been a game like that, man. It reminds you of M. Bison. I think the glasses are more fruity. Brad, is Time Move currently decomposing like Heavy D? So I've been following this kind of business. There's a guy called Triple R. He's not Triple B. Triple R has been on the channel quite a lot and stuff. I think he gave me some what's it called, Shekel love. He gave me some super chats before I was demonetized. By the way, Cash App # Bengal G14 if you want to show some love, because I've been demonetized. I can reapply, but I've got to delete loads of videos. But it's Time Booth. So what's I don't really know, man. What's happening between those two? There's obviously they met up. There's obviously some kind of interaction that went wrong. I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. Mine, Pete Fury is the one nobody should cross. Yeah, because you'll tear your fucking eye out, man. Scotty, my boy, just for the fans. You know, always for the fans. You know, Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton was so worried about his fans during lockdown and COVID that he did a special exhibition with Marco Antonio Barrera, and he only charged his fans $1,000 for ringside seats and £90 for the worst seats in the gods. I'm better than him, man. I'm better than him. I'm sure this means Dave. That big twerker phrase is awful. Yeah, have you seen the fucking videos of him twerking? I had it on my channel. I think it's still there. I mean, it's free. He seems very good at it, and it's not just like he's taking the piss. He's loving it, man. I mean, that's sick, man. MPS goes, no, it's zesty. What? No, it's like fucking M. Bison, man. Hey, are you related to Captain Birdseye? No, I told you. I'm related to M. Bison, blood. My boy Jonathan Yuen. Oi, oi. Yes, oi, oi, brother. I hate it well. Martin Smith goes, smash the likes. Yeah, please remember to smash the likes, because I do get haters. Mainly the big fat pink pig, the porcine pig, the midget, and the guy that has no prefrontal lobe. So yeah, please do. Michael, big phrase and Wild should have a twerk off. Yeah, Wilder did some twerking. I mean, this is so sick. As a male, even as a female, right? If you see a female do it, you're like, gross. You look low rent. You're a ratchet skit. But for a male to do it, and what's his name? Fraser Clark was leaning over like this, holding, right, some kind of bit of furniture, and wiggling his ass like that. I mean, what's going on, man? Yeah, I've got no love for that pussy hole. Brad, some people say Ty's passed away. No, man, come on, man. Of course he hasn't, man. He takes breaks, man. My boy LD Phoenix in the house. Thank you, man. I've had much love and much, comments. So yeah, I appreciate it. Batty Clark. I mean, it's very odd. Why is a guy who's 33, got no girlfriend, and he twerks with his ass? Not just his ass, his asshole in the air like that. Why would you do that, man? Mandingo's BBC. You chat shit, son. Yeah, whatever, man. Fuck your mother too. You're a pussy hole. Fuck you, bitch. Yeah, my boy Dave goes, he was good at it. That's what's worrying about. Why would you be? You got to practice, son. You don't just twerk naturally. You got to practice. If you look on, online, they've got sickeningly schools for it, where women just go sit there with their batty in the air and twerk it with their asshole pointing up there. I mean, why? Now, as a woman, that's bad enough, but as a man, I've got a hater. I love haters, man. My boy Dale goes, happy mental illness month. It's stop Corey. I completely. Okay, this is a hater. My nigga's BBC complete joke. Why? What's a joke, man? And why do you call yourself Mandingo's BBC? You're obviously a troll. Mandingo. The BBC thing is not. By the way, I don't know how this happens, but there've been people that have done. Uh, they've done demographic and country data and statistics into Corey size, and the whites are always right near the top. But anyway, fuck you, sick piece of shit. My boy Lee talks boxing. Let's go, Jumbo. You and Nordic streaming at the same time, Lord. Yeah. Do you know, just before I came on live, I got a a notice that Nordic was streaming to. I would never ever want to step on his toes. My boy Nordic is the man. Follow his channel. We met up when we was in Manchester. Also follow Lee Talks boxing channel. He knows his stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry, bro, but I've got to do it for the fans now. I'm here. This is a good question. Blackheart 88. Oh, good number. Where's Adam Smith from Boxer? What's the real story behind his disappearance? I told you they want to get rid of him. Yeah, because there's a guy called I can't remember his name. Blood. There's a guy who's from the same community as Adam Smith and Ben Shalom, and they wanted to get rid of Adam Smith to push more diversity into boxing, and suddenly he disappeared. Right? Ben Shalom has obviously been groomed. I don't mean that in a nonce way. I mean he's been groomed to take over. Right? Now, why is nothing being heard from him? Because they are still talking about Adam Smith's severance pay, right? You know, they're like, we're going to get rid of you. We'll make up an excuse. Oh, you've been gambling, you know. Why have we not heard about this? I'll tell you why. Because there's no rhetorical fucking questions on the Triple B. It's because, when they want to get rid of an employee, they'll find a reason. You know, they'll look at your hard drive and think, oh, you've looked at porn. You're not allowed to look at porn. On a work computer, you're fired. I don't mean child, I mean like just anything. So they were obviously want to get rid of Adam Smith to replace him with Adam Shalom, and they found something, which is the gambling thing. But they know it's not a strong case. So my boy Lee Longuet, do you think Ty Booth has a hump with the cult because of non-skate? I don't know, man. I don't think. You know, I think Ty knows that he gets well looked after by the cult. The non-skate thing, no, I don't think that's probably. If anything, that boosted his super chats. I just think he needs to up his game video wise. You know, because the main reason people loved Ty Booth was because he was so original and amusing. And would rinse people out. We don't get that anymore. We just get like lives, you know. Oh, Brad, do you reckon Tanner's cancer because he did stand up years ago and he was called Ben? Yeah, he did. I haven't watched it, man. But I think that probably warmed him up because, you know, when he did his original videos, it was so original and amusing. Oh, Mandingo, this is my hater. Chat shit, get banged. Yeah, you can come and bang me, you pussy-o. You fucking blood clot. But Mandingo, is that David Adelaide? Are you pissed off because I fucking rinsed you? Acoustic, Nordic Warrior is a great guy. Apparently I'm clashing with his videos. So, but that's not on purpose, man. I would never do that on purpose. That's an accident. But yeah, it's all good, man. Nordic's a great guy, man. Nordic's a great guy. Forget about it, man. My boy, engineer 7654. Even Chubby, how are you? Well, I'm okay, man. You know, I'm not my best. I wouldn't say I'm at my best, you know, but, you know, I'm still alive. My Charles, I love my Charles. If you're a man, show your face, innit? Firstly, you can't spell, you fucking ignorant prick. Secondly, like, I've answered this question a million times. Thirdly, is that Spencer Fearance? Is that a Spencer Fearance account? Fuck off, you muppet. I think Tyson Fury collected the course. Yeah, that's what he does. Lee talks all drilling. Fraser Clark is a complete mum. He is. I mean, he's strong, he's big, but he's going against a guy who's 43 years old, who has no ambition, and you can't hurt him. Marius Vac is a tough guy. We know that. He gave Vladimir, a reasonable fight, but I mean, you're 33, Milky. You're 33, Milky. You need to move on, and take Fabio Wardley, because it would pay. People would love to see that fight, but you're scared that a guy would. What is it? Fabio's got 14 pro fights, and you know what? I've been impressed by him. What I mean is, I didn't expect him to get so good and beat up Nathan Gorman and stuff. He's had no amateur fights, no WSB fights like you, Milky, and you know what? You're too scared to take him on. He's had 13 pro fights. You've had, with the amateurs and WSB and the pros, you probably had 100, man. You're a pussy hole. Adam Smith just still deleting all that shit off his hard drive. No, I've heard rumors, yeah. His hard drive is infested with non-stream. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't say I've looked at his hard drive. Fraser is such a bellend. The odd thing was, before the Fabio Wardley situation and the Marius Vac fight, I thought he was likable, to be honest with you. You know what? The Prince Patel thing, which was really out of order. Yeah, Prince Patel showed up at a press conference. There was no one else there because no one gives a flying fuck, right? But the Prince was there, and then you bully him. You start pulling his hair. Like Fraser Clark weighs 2.5 times what Prince Patel weighs, and he's bullying him. Yeah, and he wouldn't fight Fabio Wardley. I'm not boying Fabio necessarily, but I've been very impressed. A couple of fights thought he'd lose, but he's shown speed, violence, punching power. And this is a guy that came from white collar. Yeah. So give him all the credit, blood. My boy, Pierce Brock. Oh, sorry. My PC's white. Should be in the house, down with the game. I ain't down with that shit. See what Dale Baker's got to say. We were in Fright earlier with the missus. It was 18.99. Got a £20 note, and she had to use a calculator to work out how much change she gave me. What the fuck are they teaching kids today? Fucking hell, man. Where was that, bro? Because that is fucking weak. And I'll tell you what they're teaching kids. Teaching kids about multiculturalism and batty business. That's what they teach. I got another haterism from Mandingo. My boy Brad. I agree, Chubby. His original videos, I think it's about Time Booth, were brilliant, and the lives have been piss poor. I'm not going to be too hard on him, but he's not doing what he was. Now, obviously, it's like, you get a series like Sopranos or whatever, and the early episodes are always the best. And then they start to die for a bit. So there's a bit of that. I think he's just a bit bored. But his early stuff was I was laughing my ass off. I was looking forward to the next videos. Yeah. Oh, Pierce, Nordick's a good guy. I saw him buy a homeless man a bacon sandwich from Greg's. Yeah, Nordick's a great guy, man. Of course he's a great guy, man. Listen to his videos. Watch his channel. Misty Mornings. Have you listened to Time Booth's radio show, Times are Natural? He's definitely got talent, yeah. I haven't listened to the radio show, so I can't really talk about it. Lee talks boxing. Mandingo is definitely Spence. You talk about Spence. What's his name? What's that pussy hole called? Spencer fucking blood clot. I got my drink on, so my memory's not so good. But yeah, he's a fucking mug, Spencer Fearon. And every time, because he's got no prefrontal lobe, right? The prefrontal lobe is used to think about the future, to plan for the future, to try and regulate your emotions. But because Spenny's got, I'll show you, because he's got such a retarded prefrontal lobe, he can't think ahead. So he just wants to have a go. I've got like fucking hundreds of his what's it called, comments, which he deleted later, right? From his actual account. You know, some of the stuff he says is really outrageous, but he shouldn't. Why is he trying to test me, man? My boy says, Brad, I rate you, Chubby. Keep it up, man. Oh, thank you, bro. You know, I love boxing. I like the red pill. I like to talk about things, you know. Palmo Parade. Wax chin is bigger than Sun Eras. He does have a huge chin. He has been stopped, but he's very tough. But he's 43. What are you doing if you're a prospect when you have to go 10 rounds against a 43-year-old guy who's not trying to win? What does that tell you about your prospects? Fight Fabio Wardley. Man, Nicholas Benchlow. Nah, I think he's definitely fearing, man. Do you think Millie Bobby Brown is attractive? I don't know who she is, man. Is it anything to do with Bobby Brown? Two can play that game, your game. That Bobby Brown? No. Or was it someone else, man? Hey, yo, Chilby, Adam. Yeah, it's great to see you, my brother. Always. Engineer 7654, Faker Clark, scared to fight Fabio. Obviously, and why? Why? Because he's got to get on with his fucking career, man. I think it's a Shalom thing as well, you know. He's currently got less people watching than you. I don't know. Oh look, man. Oh, I love my haters, man. Not just me fans, my haters. Man, Dingo's BBC. You know, fuck off, Spencer Ferry. What brand of crack are you smoking, son? Obviously not the one that you used to sell and you got nicked for, but then you grassed up all the other people in the car, right? And they got nicked. You did 1 week behind door, and you pussied out. So that's what you talk about, man. Pierce, did Triple R do Dom on time? I don't get this Triple R thing. I mean, Triple R has been on the channel. You know, I think he might even have given me some love. You can't super chat me at the moment because I'm demonetized, but you can cash at me. Yeah, # Bengal G14. But I don't understand what went on that night, and I don't understand what it's about. Triple R is interesting, but he seems to copy Tan a lot. The way he speaks, the way his expressions. I don't really know what's going on, bro. To be honest, you tell me. Big Fraser bully on the small dudes. Yeah, it doesn't look good, does it? Yeah, acoustic gymnastics. Price is funny. The girth figure. I mean, Prince Patel. I don't really like the girth stuff. I think it's gross. You know, talking about your tool all the time. Plus the fact, right? So there's an articles out there. There's a number of articles out there where Indian guys, Prince Patel's Indian, and the Indians were complaining because the condoms for European standards were too big. They kept on falling off. So I don't believe that nonsense, man. Lee talks boxing. Lol, Ben Shalom saying Woody is scared to fight Clarke because of his performance against White. Did you really say Ben Shalom, aka Sam Stroller Shalom? I mean, that's just pathetic. Shalom is his shows are awful. Ishmael Ahmed, what's up, brother? Thoughts on the song David Adelaide fans sing for him? He's big, he's black, he'll put you on his back. Adelaide. Do they really? I hadn't heard that song, man. I don't think he had any fans, to be honest with you. He looks like a heavyweight version of Julian Jackson, but he can't fight like Julian Jackson. I don't say he's bum, but you know, who's he gonna beat? I think even Fraser Clark would beat him. Even Johnny Fisher would beat him, man. By the way, did you see Johnny Fisher did a video? I did a video about how far will Johnny Fisher go, and then a Johnny Fisher video was released going, oh, I'd love to win the British title. People say, oh, I'll only win the British title, but that's great, and I'm really happy about that. You know, Johnny Fisher watches the Triple B. Pop, 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 bosh. Oh, piss. I meant as bring down a game effort. Yeah, obviously, bro. Sorry, man. I misunderstood you. I've got a couple of haters, man. not Brad. Triple R probably has Time's body the Freezer. We've not heard about him from that night. Yeah, I don't really understand. It was a bit weird because Triple R. I watched one or two videos. He's like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go to what's his name, Boxing King Media, and tell him what happened," which is grass stuff. But yeah, okay. We got Spencer Fearon's other alias. Ray Fam, you're a Muppet. Yeah, thank you, man. Your life is on a down slope, kiddo. Everyone knows this is fucking Spencer. Spencer, fuck yourself. Fuck your mother. Hello? 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 Shit. Sorry, I don't know if you lost me, man. Anyway, fuck Spencer Fearon. How good is Usyk really as a heavyweight? All time, very high. But, you know, the modern heavyweight is about 250 pounds. Usyk is 220. I mean, George Foreman was like 220, 218, and he's considered a monster. Fucking the size of the modern heavyweight is so different. But if you were to just take Usyk and put him back in history, he'd beat. I think he'd beat all of them. He'd beat all of them. But he say 30. What is he? 30? Oh, I got boy Triller. I got my boy Triple R. Triple R, what's up, brother? You look all right? You good? Yes. Yeah, man. It's good to see you, man. What's going on? Explain to me the time thing. I don't really get it, bro. I don't really get what's going on, man. Nordic giving you props. You said he met Manchester. Was that through Tinder? Fuck off, man. I text YouTube fucking Tinder blood. I think it's called Grinder, the Batman thing. Anyway, Brad Tribler, use hydrochloric acid to decompose faster like Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer was the king of the killers. He just got too cocky. My boy LD Phoenix, Ellie Brooke is definitely disgusting. I mean, they all these so-called female boxers are disgusting, and it's all about OnlyFans. It's all to degrade people. Martin goes, Ray Mercer would have murdered the current crop. Not all of them. I don't think Fury. I don't think Usyk. Gage. He gave Ray Mercer gave Lennox a very hard fight, man. So Millie Bobby Brown is gender swapped 100%. She looks more masculine. I don't know who this woman is. I assume it's a woman. Jonathan Nguyen goes, me funds, always for me funds, brother. Always for me funds. Like Ricky Ann. Pierce goes, the haters are seething at Chubby's success. 10k subs, here we go. Oh, thank you, man. 10k subs would be great. I'm not earning unless you want to go cash out. Pound sign, Bengal G14. Damn, I miss Shane Bongos. But yeah, thank you, brother. Ray Afam, which we all know is Spencer Fearon's alias. You're demonetized because you're a nonce. Oh, fuck off, you mug. Go and make something of yourself. You're a bum. You failed as being a counselor, a promoter, a pro fighter, a comedian. You're a fucking bum. Triple R. I don't really get it myself. People keep watching me, so why stop in it? Yeah, fair enough, man. I mean, that's what fucking YouTube's about. But I just, I didn't know what the beef was, bro. I didn't know what the beef was. LD Felix, Adelaide's Julian Jackson's bust. You know what I like about Julian Jackson, right? Because back in the day, right, he was a severe hitter. Now, he'd occasionally get chinned because big hitters leave themselves open, don't they? You know, it's not because they're chinny; they leave themselves more open. But Julian knocked out Terry Norris in 2 rounds. He knocked out a bunch of other people. And do you know what I love about Julian Jackson is he kept the same haircut. You know, the flat top. You look at it now. If you look online and you look Julian Jackson now, he's got the same haircut, but it's grey, man. Yeah, I've got a lot of respect for him, man. Julian Jackson was a scary guy. Hex toys, yeah, he gave Tan a lot of money, but I don't know, man. I don't know what that's about. All these things are so complex. Triple R, I sent Tan to retirement. Like what he did to Wingy Boxing, young guys replacing Top Dog. It's a vicious cycle. Yeah, Wingy Boxing, Wingy. I remember him, man. But Tyne was kind of playful. He wasn't vicious. Bro. I don't know what's going on with you two. I'm not going to take sides, but my boy, the Outlaw Pugilist. Remember to follow the Outlaw Pugilist. He's got a channel. It follows MMA and boxing. The Outlaw Pugilist. I remember he did a live when he was in Turkey and we chatted. Yeah, I love the Outlaw Pugilist. So give him some love, man. Give him some love. Piss bros. A triple grape in the house, back from disposing of the body. Yeah, I mean it's weird. Time's been quiet, but it's like anything. You go for a stage. I go for a stage not wanting to talk to anybody, and get my drink on, and then I feel really active. The Outlaw Pugilist, yes, brother. Smash the like button. Yes, that'd be nice if you could smash the like because I've got haters like Spencer Fearon. Where is he? That's pussy hole. Spencer Fearon. The midget. Who else? Who else have I got who haters? AKA Skin. And this fat cunt. Yeah, so, yeah, thank you, brother. Yeah, just give me some love, man. Lee should be out there looking like Gage dressed as the Monopoly Man. What's the Monopoly Man, bro? I thought I looked like M. Bison. Oh, Triple R again. I'm not a pure boxing channel, yeah. Like a boxing comedy channel like Ty. Aren't you a comedy boxing channel yourself? I don't know. It's for other people to decide, I guess, man. I guess, I mean, yeah, we like to have fun. Phil _75. The fights last night were shit because of the heat. Just had 12 rounds of inactivity and landing on each other. Why not put air conditioning there? The fights be much better. Was that right? Were you there? Because, they kept on talking about the heat, They kept on talking about the heat in the commentary. Obviously it must have had some bearing on it. But, you had Barry McGuigan. He fought Steve Cruz in Vegas, and it was so hot. Pale Irishman. And he still went 15 rounds. He lost, but, he still did 15 rounds. You got to lift yourself. You got to cry too much, man. Acoustic Gymnastics should be the best channel on the internet. I thought it was the second best channel, bro, after you. Yeah. Have a look at my boy, Acoustic Gymnastics. He's a musician. My boy, Tommy Gunn, 1979. That's a great season. Should be is not a 3-letter word. That's cryptic, man. Triple R, China is the one grasping me saying I asked for a dealer's number. I ain't grasping about anything illegal. I don't know, man. So what if you wanted a dealer? I don't see a problem with that. I mean, people dealing weed or yay or no different from retailers selling alcohol. I ain't grasping about anything illegal. Yeah, but sorry, if you don't mind me asking, why did you say that you was going to grasp him to Boxing King Media? That disturbs me a bit. I'm going to talk to Boxing King Media about him unless he does a podcast. That's a bit odd to me, man. I don't get too involved in this because it's between you and Ty, not the triple fucking B. So I don't get too involved with it. Tommy Gunn, good to see you, sir. Always a pleasure. No homo. Yeah, thank you, brother. It's great to see you. I always loved Tommy Gunn, right? Did I tell you, right? Tommy Gunn, obviously, is Tommy Morrison. And that is like the craziest story of them all. how a guy who had everything going for him fucked it up. I remember seeing Rocky 5. I rate it, by the way. It's only ruined because of Sage Stallone, which takes up 30% of the story. Stallone's son, he gave him a part, and it's lame. Oh, he's spending too much time with Tommy. And I've got trouble at school, and the bullies, and one of the bullies is a guy who's in what's that series called? Anyway, but yeah, I watched it in the cinema in Europe, and I was a youth. And I went to see it because I really wanted to see it. My girlfriend didn't come with me. I'm sitting there. There's people smoking greens in the cinema, and I prefer them times when you when they allow you to do what you want, man. Anyone who hates Spencer Fearon is a good bloke, in my opinion. Thank you, bro. I mean, who likes Spencer Fearon? The only guy who likes him is Tunde, but he'll probably stitch Tunde up at some point. Tunde's a fucking idiot as well. Let's get some love. My boy, the Outlaw. I'm off Turkey on a Monday. I hope you have a great time, brother. Yeah, I remember when you did live when you was chilling in Turkey. I haven't left the country for years, to be honest with you. I probably should, but it's quite hard for me to leave the basement. But yeah, enjoy yourself, brother. Have a great time. Have a great time. Yeah, the country will be looking for talent in a few days. Will be all over the news. No, I don't believe so. I don't believe Triple R has killed anyone, man. Oh, my boy, gutter dandy. Tyson Fury has become the biggest gaslighter in boxing history. Reality isn't what you think it is. It's what Tyson Fury says is. Right. So gaslighter is someone who convinces other people that what they're seeing isn't true. Right? I think that's correct. So they convince people that something is true when your eyes tell you different. I don't know, man. It's such a shame to go from being a big Tyson Fury fan because he was based to being a Versace wearing degenerate who's holding up the division. Yeah. We're boxing fans, man. We're the people that pay for boxing, man. Lee, are you looking forward to Chisora 4? Hopefully Chisora puts up a good fight so we see Chisora 5-6. Possibly 7. I mean, fucking hell, man. Chisora needs to fucking retire. If you watch videos of him, earlier on compared to what he's talking like now, it's fucking terrible. And he must have millions. I've never known a fighter who's been so unsuccessful at the high level to get so many petties. Tyson, I'm annoyed. But like I said, my boy, Chris, ending to Rocky 4 is very satisfying. Tommy getting beaten deserves sell out. I don't agree. What I mean by that is I prefer if they face each other in the ring. Because Rocky film is all about, it's a street fight. Tommy Gunn is wearing that half white, half blue suit. It's terrible. And then he goes into Rocky's bar, and these fat guys are going, "Hey, Rock, do you need any help?" And he's like, "No, this is not a pieing contest." Yeah, it's quite funny, but I prefer boxing. I prefer proper boxing ending. My boy, the good Farang. Very good to watch you. Stay strong. Yeah, Farang. So are you in Thailand? Do you live in Thailand? I think that's the phrase, isn't it? Farang is a Thai word for a foreigner, especially a white guy, and he come and steal all their women. Now, I don't mean funny, right? I'm not into I haven't got bamboo fever, but if you do, you go to Thailand, man. You get these old guys, you get these pretty young Thai girls. It's very bizarre, man. Rocky 5 was right. Tommy turning on Rocky is like being Thai. No, do you know what it was? what I liked about it was that it's almost like after the event, the fact that Tommy Morrison, who was, a good-looking, no homo, aggressive, you know, puncher who eventually won the world title, yeah, and then became a drug abuser. And I believe the Illuminati stitched him up. That's the truth. But um, retrospectively, it's more interesting than it was at the time, if that makes sense. Oh, come on, Triple R. Never killed any humans, but I did murder my neighbor's cat because I caught it eating my food. My kid. Oh, come on, blood. Don't murder animals. Come on, bro. I love animals. I mean, cats are a bit weird. They're very selfish, but I don't really like to kill animals, man. The good Farang used to be in Dublin now with the Thai wife. That's what I'm talking about. If you're a white guy, man, and you've got bamboo fever, rice fever, go to Thailand, man, and you will get a subservient wife. Because Thai guys, I've been to Thailand a few times. They don't look after the women that well. They spend all the time smoking, drinking whiskey, gambling. Yeah? And the women do everything. If you look in Thailand, the women do everything. So when they find a nice white guy who will look after them, they're like, ooh, yeah, I hope you're all right, man. I mean, it's not for me, man. I'm not into what's it called, rice fever. I've got no bamboo fever. I like white women's. Double M. Man should be in time sharing spirit would be painful to watch. Yeah, I don't know, man. People will ask me, "Oh, do a meet up with Tyne," but I think he's probably a little bit freaked out by the recent developments. But I don't think I'd love to hang out with him, man. It doesn't have to be like a YouTube thing. Ah, my boy. Shane Bongos is in the house. I'm obsessed with dozens of Thai women. Too Thai, man. It could be different, man, because they're into that Chinese shit, man. I hope you're joking. My boy. Please, Shane. You're one of my favorite fans. Hey, T-Bone, what's up, brother? Yeah, I'm okay, brother. I'm getting some weird posts, man. It's true. Henry Cooper's head was the inspiration for a knobbly knick-knack range of snacks. I do like, knick-knacks. I do like knick-knacks. The scampi version, they stink, don't they? Like one time I ate some scampi, and I was with a woman, and she said, "Why does it smell of foreskins?" Which is a bit gross, man. Yeah, yellow fever, rice fever, bamboo fever. Oh, Punch Out TV. What's the deal with you and Peanut Head Fern? Well, I made one video on the prick, and he got very upset. And he's, so every time I do live and stuff, he uses fake aliases. There's one time on the video he used his real account, which is linkable to him, and he was saying all this shit about boxers. He's just an idiot, man. I mean, watch his fucking videos. Triple R says, now Rocky 5 expanded on Rocky's street fight because in Rocky 1 he was a street guy. So one film where he's street scabbing, mate. Yeah, but everyone likes it good. The whole thing about the Rocky thing, right? Is that the best parts of it almost. Well, no, I don't believe so. But when you're young and the fights, right? Shane Bongos goes, Cash App has restricted the accounts or something. I can't send until next month. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man. No problem, bro. I really appreciate your love for the channel and all that. I had a weird notification as well, so I don't really know what's going on, man. But basically, because they want everyone's details. Oh, Mickey Theo. The truth is, Chubby, my pal's dad was living on the Wallingham estate in Croydon. He was claiming benefits and working. His son and his clan went to the benefits office and grasped something. He was fined 2K. Now, this is not the real Mickey Theo account, in my opinion, but I've heard this from a number of people that Sonny and his clan grasped a lot of people in the Wallingham Estate and quoted about, they're because like Sonny's mother is a retard, so she has benefits, and the carer is her daughter, and so she was probably bitter that other people are claiming benefits that they shouldn't be. So she started grasping to the council, the welfare office, the fucking police. I've heard this. This is what I've been told by about 5 different accounts, man. And this is why Sonny had to run to fucking Sheffield. He's welcome on the program, by the way, to disagree and go, no, you're wrong. Sonny, if you want to come on, come on. You've done it before. Yes, you got rinsed. You got smashed, you got embarrassed, you got humiliated. But it's okay, man. I'm not a hater, Sonny. Eminem, come on, bro. Apparently, Filipinos have the biggest packages out of all Asians. Spring roll dicks. To my knowledge, all people from Southeast, from that part, have a very small package, but I don't want to talk about Corey's. This is not a Corey channel. This is not a Corey channel. This is a boxing channel, blood. But thank you. Got to done it. Tunde is almost as annoying as John Fury and Chippo John is a hyper. No, man. What's his name? Yeah, I think Tunde is worse. I don't even watch him. I watch the occasional John Fury video, at least to laugh at him. Oh, this is an interesting question. Are the McGuigans as shady as they say? I can't say for sure because I don't know what they say. Carl Frampton, the person you need to ask is Carl Frampton. You need to ask Carl Frampton because I think he lost a lot of money. Pierce Brosnan. I love my boy Pierce. No homo. Farron is a brain dead diversity. Spends time eating toast while hate watching the show. Yeah, he's a fucking bum. He's a fucking bum. Reese. Oh, hi, Reese. What did you drink to? Unfortunately, white wine, which is a bit fucking lame. But I go through periods of not drinking anything, so I'll probably return to that. Oh, this is another good question. Brad, why did Ian Huntley just dump the bodies in random fields? He wasn't smart enough. Oh, this is heavy. This is very heavy, right? So I've looked into this case, and there are some very weird, I don't even want to say. The evidence is terrible, by the way. Terrible for a conviction. Absolutely terrible. There is some insinuation that it involved that this involved the local U.S. Base, and that they didn't want to implicate the U.S. Army in such a crime, so they went for some local guy. All I'll say is this: I can't be sure. I haven't seen everything, but all I say for this is watch the video of him when he's talking about seeing the girls, and he's so natural and so honest. Yeah, I believe it could be a stitch up. I can't say for sure. Shane Mongers, key witnesses weren't used in the court case. It's even worse than that, man. The evidence was so poor. And then what's really odd, right? So after 2 weeks, they got Ian Huntley, and they declared him to be mentally unwell and shipped him off to like Broadmoor or something like that randomly. Yeah. And they would have fed him full of chemicals and stuff like that. And then he allegedly admitted it. Yeah, it's an extremely dodgy case. Extremely dodgy. He's seen a nice normal guy. Reckon it's a big cover up. Yeah, and there's a couple of websites that I've looked on. Obviously, I can't put them up here, but and when you read it, is quite horrifying, because the press will take a story and go, this guy's evil, and push it out, and will not write, the details of the case. But yeah, and Maxime, whatever. Yeah, it's exceptionally dodgy, is all I'll say. And it happened around the same time that Tony Blair was going to Iraq. Punch Out TV, Peanut Heads, ego, Ewan Spencer, and he's going out of control. He's a fucking mug. Oh, that was it. Shane Mogos, he was drugged up and ran. Yeah. So randomly, yeah, they got a guy who had faced the press, answered questions. He'd gone to the police. He answered the police question, and they suddenly decided he's really mentally unwell. He needs to go to Rampton, which is a seriously high security prison for mentally ill people. Yeah. Why? What do you think happened? Yeah, thank you, man. Again, Shane, it's true. That was the first trial I communicated. It's extremely worrying. There are plenty of websites you can look at, and it's quite shocking. Gutter dandy. Did you see Tyson Fury's giant logo on his driveway? Classy. There must be a joke about gypsies and driveways in there somewhere. I'm sure there is. The problem is Tyson, he's sold out, I hold some hope for the fact he's playing the game, but it doesn't look good. I think he sold that for money, man. The media pushing out his agendas, I'm saying he didn't do it. As I said, all you can do is look at the evidence, and it's quite disturbing. There are a number of websites on this. You all know how to use search engines, so I don't know about that. I hadn't heard that. But yeah, there's very little evidence against it. Absolutely. There's nothing in his house, on his clothes, nothing. Is basically the conviction comes from one admittance when he was in Rampton being shoved full of drugs. What do you know about that, man? I'm glad you guys understand, because when I was a normie, I'd be like, oh, this is a wrong, and he's hurt these girls and all that. But when I looked at the evidence, I'm like, this is ridiculous. There is so little evidence. And there's a massive army base, a US Air Force base nearby that has to be suspected. Tysina Ferry, hello, bruv. I'm playing the game of Batty Business. I love it. Oh, that kiss, man. Gross. Yeah. I don't want to talk about Batty Business and Corey Business. There is no proof. The evidence was terrible. And they did stuff like ship Maxine Carr to a really big prison in London rather than keep her in a local prison to intimidate her. I'm glad you brought this case up, because it's shocking. When you look at the evidence, when you look at the case, rather than reading the Sun or the Mirror or the Times, because all mainstream media is fucked up, man. You'll be shocked, man. Got to done. What do you think of these heavyweights that don't fight in their own sport, wanting to fight MMA guys? What is going on, boxing? It's just a money thing, man. They know they'll get an easy payday. And Gubu can hit hard, but he's not a boxer. Fury and John Jones, they're just trying to. This is what modern sports and modern boxing is about. It's just talking on social media. So you don't get any. Instead of getting the good fights, we get, oh, guess what? Oh, John Jones wants to fight Tyson Fury. Everyone knows John Jones in an MMA fight would be very, very favored. In a boxing fight, Tyson would be very favored. It's just bullshit, man. And eventually, they do get the odd, what's it called? They do get the odd event like McGregor, Mayweather, but it's bullshit. Have you seen David Wood's video, Muhammad meets Andrew Tate? No, I haven't, and I don't know who David Woods is. Shall I have a look at it? And Gooby's been trying to fight for 3 years now. Yeah, I mean, he's like fucking 37 or something, man. He's about 37, and he's never going to earn more money than he will against whoever, Fury, Wilder, Joshua. And he knows that, and that's fine, by the way. I don't hate him on that because UFC contracts are very restrictive. But I can't blame Agubu. I don't blame Agubu. I just blame the system, man. Triple R. I've not looked in the Ian Huntley case for a while. Didn't they find blood on his property? I can't remember every detail, but I would suggest that you search online, and you don't look at the mainstream media stuff. You look at, there's a bunch of other sites, so not mainstream sites, that will address that question. Reese, he's a Christian apologist. You'll find it funny. What does that mean, apologist, man? I'm not sure, man. But do you mean David Woods? I don't know, man. They need a major headline to overtake. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Brad. Red pills dropping in the house. They missed a major They need a major headline to overtake what Blair was doing. Drug hunting up, made him confess and fucked around with Maxine Clarke. That is the allegation of many people. That's all I can say at this point. You know, I'm not privy to all the evidence. I'm not privy to all that. And also, they're about to go into a massive war against Iraq. So the last thing you want is a negative headline. And we all know Tony Blair admitted. Oh, yeah. Oh, we lied about the weapons of mass destruction. You remember, this is when I was a normie, but I was still like, this is bullshit. And they said there was in Iraq, right? There was fake lakes that would open up like that and reveal missiles that would, nuclear missiles that would drop on you. You believe the Iraqis could build that? I remember thinking, this is bullshit, man. Right? So they didn't want anything bad to fall against the Allies' aggression against Iraq. So they covered it up. That's one of the claims. Yeah, Tony Blair makes $500,000 speech. He gives no short of speech. Don Locker's still pulling strings. Listen, man, this piece of shit earned 80 to 100 million in power. Now, this is how crooked our system is, and people don't even realize this. If you're an MP, which is meant to be the most, well, especially with Prime Minister, it's meant to be the most important job in the land, to look after policy, take care of people. You can have 5 jobs on the side. You're allowed 5 jobs on the side. This is why you get all these MPs being journalists and all this kind of stuff. So fucking Tony Blair made 80 to 100 million pounds on the side. And that's forgetting the fact that he passed the human rights law when his wife was a partner in one of the biggest human rights law firms. It's so corrupt, man. It's hard to hear you say, I don't want to talk about Batio core business while waiting that cat. Is it that free? Is that the Aloe Pujas? Tony Blair, George Bush, Hillary Clinton should be brought for war crimes. 100%. But it won't happen. And it's worse than war crimes, right? Hillary Clinton, the Clinton Foundation, right, was involved in Haiti, right? You remember there's a war, what was it? There was instability, and one of her major employees was nicked for human trafficking from Haiti to, I think, Dominican Republic or something. What happened to her? Nothing. And who paid for her lawyers? Hillary Clinton. It's way worse than that, bro. Horribly, it's way worse than that, man. Blair was and is a king of corruption. Yep, but they all are in that system. And that's why Epstein and the noncery is so important, because it gives the people with the real power the ability to blackmail you. So it's like, you do what we say, we reveal what you've done. Yeah. This is a very good question. Brad, people don't realize Rishi Sunak is a WEF puppet. That's World Economic Forum puppet, and will further push all of their agendas. Yeah, I mean his wife's a billionaire as well, but the World Economic Forum, and they've had other kind of system organizations as well, and they will buy people, right? And they'll give them positions of power, and in exchange they have to do what the WEF is saying. 100%, man. Klaus Schwab. Blair will place Schwab as a leader of the World Economic Forum for the next couple of years. Very possible. He said verbatim at Davos a few months ago. I started as Prime Minister, work my way out. Yeah, I mean, this guy is one of the biggest scumbags of all time, man. Okay, let's get back to boxing. T-Bone. West Ham United Football Club. Did you see the ghetto debacle of a fight between Gay Wade and got injured? Yeah, man, that was. I mean, I can't. Who would buy this shit? I just don't understand. So they had a. I don't really understand. They had like a fight, but nothing really happened, and then I think the ref just stopped it, and then Gotti goes for Gay Weather, and I have no idea why such an event would be put into place, man. This is a very good question, Brad. I can't tell Musk is on our side now. I would suggest not, even though he's done stuff that I could back. Some people say he's the Antichrist. It's a tough on Musk. But look at his background, and I think he does this kind of stuff, and the signals, and his mother too. So I would suggest not. Pierce Brosnan. He who pushes batty business is a batty man. Volt. Oh, I love them. I love me fans, man. Rishi's hard takes it. Well, it's not even that. It's worse, man. And my boy Pierce says Rishi Sunak's father-in-law owns the biggest facial recognition CCTV tracking company in India. Well, there you go, bro. There you go. That's what we're talking about. Okay, it's good to have a boxing question because this is a boxing channel. Did you see Mungia Derevchenko? Yes, I did. And I've seen so many bad shows. I was quite pleased with that fight. I think it could have gone either way, but it was a proper good old school fight with both trying to get this, the real win, rather than just fiddling around for 12 rounds, because they do that a lot. If you would notice, in all these like modern fights, big fight, they go to the distance because then they can be like, we'll have a rematch. We don't really know who won. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. Diallo, rumor has it the 5 families will sanction a hit on Floyd. What do you think? If you mean like mafiosi families of New York, I doubt it. They've had a lot of their power taken away. And Gotti, for example, rather than concentrate on other criminal families, right? They really concentrate on Italian American criminal families, even in the movies. And I don't think Gotti's got the power. I don't think these Italian American families have the power anymore. As for whacking Floyd Mayweather, what did you get out of it, man? What, you had a brawl? Come on. It's all about money. They want to extort him for money. If they weren't going to extort him for money, then possibly. But I don't believe they have the power anymore, brother. Pierce. Pierce is bright. Listen to my boy Pierce. Musk is chaos and evil. He revels in the madness. He's part of what I pretend to be concerned. This is a guy who wants to put microchips. People said, yeah, that's what I think. A lot of people talk to him about being the Antichrist because of that. Because he pretends to be your friend. T-Bone with a boxing question. Were you surprised that Teofimo Lopez retired 3 hours after beating Taylor? It might be a decision made to protect his money. because isn't he going through a divorce or something? So it might be that he's only 25. Obviously, he's going to fight again, man. So Pierce, should Lomachenko retire? Lomachenko, to me, no joke, is one of the best fighters ever. He just got too big a weight. Should he retire? How old is he? It must be, yeah. Everyone wants to go out and win, but I would suggest it might well be the time. Excuse me. Real mafia run out banks and governments and streetwise. Goodfellas are nobody to. Yeah, I don't think they've got the power anymore. My boy, the outlaw pugilist. Remember to follow his channel. Notice how NATO got their ass kicked in Syria and then didn't want to talk about it. I've been to Syria, right? I've been to Syria before it kicked off, and I tell you what, man, it was full of friendly people. It was full of good people. They were warm. Yeah, I'm not saying you should trust them. Maybe you should count your fingers after you've shaken their hand, but and they were made out to be the axis of evil by George Bush. What a load of shit, man. Fucking makes me sick, man. God, Danny, watch out for what? Yeah, I think he's finished, bro. Triple R, asking for your advice should be okay. Big boxing press conference when coming up near me. I think it's open to public. Do you think I should go down and stick it on another big name? Yeah, 100%. 100%, because you're an individual channel, right? You're not part of the mainstream. Yeah, 100%. You have to watch out a bit, because once you start getting known, people will look out for you. But yeah, fucking do them, man. Do them pussy holes. Psyop. Saudi bag must be big when they're signing someone new. Yeah, I mean, it's massive, because eventually Saudi oil will die, but it's more than that. They're trying to make Saudi maybe the center of the Illuminati at some stage. You notice how they've changed the rules. They've gone from women are not allowed to drive to now we'll have a press conference and women are talking about women's boxing. I don't trust it. I think they're trying to open Saudi as an entertainment center. Yeah, I mean, you can't trust them. And by the way, look at the origins of the Saudi royal family. Look at the origins, man. My boy AR says Saddam Hussein show. Saddam wasn't the most perfect man, but like Gaddafi, Muammar Gaddafi, especially Gaddafi, he did a lot for his people. He gave them like bonuses, bounties if they got married, if they to start a family, free electricity. But he wanted to sell oil. No, he wanted to set up his own currency, didn't he? And he got crushed. Saddam Hussein wanted to start selling oil by the euro, the barrel, and then he got crushed. Gee, what a surprise, man. What a surprise. Guts Danny, Vach did a number on Dillian White a while back. White was out of shape, and what surprised him actually fine. But it was rigged for White, of course. Yeah, I can't remember watching that fight, but Dillian. I mean, with all respect to Dillian, I quite like the fact when he speaks his mind, but he's not that good, man. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. Acoustics. It's not Ben Shalom money. It's actually Danny Keenan money. I haven't heard enough about that. I'll have a look at it. I would assume that Sky money, though. I've had some weird rumors, though. Anyway, look, I'm going to wrap it up, right? I love me fans. It's really good to see people here. Brad, I've got to answer this, Brad. I think 9/11 wasn't Bin Laden. And said, come on, man. Of course it wasn't Bin Laden. A fucking guy dying of renal cancer. Apparently, in a. Do you remember, I don't know if you remember, but they used to say, oh, yeah, he had a secret lair in Afghanistan, and it went 100 yards down, and you had a nuclear bunker, and come on, man. As if a fucking guy like that organized it. You know, you got to look at CIA, Israel, Mossad. Yeah. These are the people you got to look at. Man. God bless you too, brother. It's always good to have you on the lives. Yes, my boy, got a dandy. I've got to say this, Building 7, check it out. From Harvey Price. The outlaw pugilist. Gaddafi was a great leader. Yeah, he was. They kept on using press to stitch him up and make him seem evil. And the horror of what happened at the end, if you look at the reality of it, it's I'm not saying he's perfect, but Lolita Pitpong, Wagwan, slightly creepy name. Bye, mate. Yes, great to see you. Brad, great to see you. Dancing Israelis, check it out if you know what to do. Okay, guys, thanks very much. I love me funds. No homo. And we'll speak soon. We will speak soon. All right? I'll give my boy Pierce the last chat. Stay out of trouble, guys, and keep your eyes open, man, because we all know that we've been lied to through mainstream media. We know, but we need to other people to open their eyes to peace in the Middle East.